Okay, well, I'll start reading then.
Okay.
Okay, so chapter 6, how riches come to you. When I say that you do not have to drive sharp bargains, I do not mean that you do not have to drive any bargains at all, or that you are above the necessity for having any dealings with other people. I mean that you will not need to deal with them unfairly. You do not have to get something for nothing. You can give to every person more than you take from them. You cannot give a person more in cash value than you take from them, but you can give them more in use value than the cash value of the thing you take from them. The paper, ink, and other materials in this book may not be worth the money you paid for it, but if the ideas in this book bring you thousands of dollars, you have not been wronged by those who sold it to you. They have given you a great use value for a small cash value. Let us suppose that I own a picture which in any civilized community is worth thousands of dollars. I take it to Baffin Bay and by salesmanship induce an Eskimo to give a bundle of furs worth $500 for it. I have really wronged him because he has no use for the picture. It has no use value to him. It will not add to his life. But suppose I give him a gun worth $50 for his furs. Then he has made a good bargain. He has use for the gun. It will get him more furs and much food. It will add to his life in every way. It will make him rich. When you can rise from the competitive to the creative plane, you can scan your business transactions very strictly. If you see that you are selling a person anything that does not add more to his life than the thing he gives you in exchange, you can afford to stop it. You do not have to beat anybody in business. And if you are in a business which does beat people, get out of it at once. Give people more in use value than you take from them in cash value. Then you are adding to the life of the world with every business transaction. If you have people working for you, you must take from them more in cash value than you pay them in wages, but you can organize your business so that it will be filled with the principle of advancement. Thus, each employee who wishes to do so may advance a little every day. You can make your business do for your employees what this book is doing for you. You can conduct your business so that it will be a ladder by which every willing employee may climb to riches himself, and it is not your fault if they do not accept the opportunity. Even though you can cause your riches to come out of the formless substance which permeates all of your environment, it does not follow that your fortune will immediately take shape from the atmosphere and come into being before your eyes. If you want a sewing machine, for instance, I would suggest that before you impress the thought of a sewing machine on the thinking substance, you first make sure the image of the machine is clearly formed in your mind. If you want a sewing machine, hold the mental image of it with the most positive certainty that it is being made or is on its way to you. After once forming the thought, have the most absolute and unquestioning faith that the sewing machine is coming. Never think of it or speak of it without feeling confident that it will arrive. Claim it as already yours. It will be brought to you by the power of the Supreme Intelligence, acting upon the mind of mankind. If you live in Maine, it may be that a person will be brought from Texas or Japan to engage in some transaction which will result in your getting what you want. If so, the whole matter will be as much to that person's advantage as it is to yours. Do not forget for a moment that the thinking substance is in everything, communicating with everything, and able to influence everything. The desire of the thinking substance for more life and better living has caused the creation of all the sewing machines that have ever been made, and it can cause the creation of millions more. It will do so whenever people set it in motion by desire and faith and by acting in a certain way. Does somebody else want to take over? Line 77?
I can read it. 77?
Yeah.
You can, Victoria. Okay, you can certainly have a sewing machine in your house. You can have anything you want as long as you use it for the advancement of your own life and the lives of others. You need not hesitate about asking largely. It is your Father's pleasure to give you the kingdom. The original substance wants to live as much as possible in you. It wants you to have all that you can or will use for the living of the most abundant life. Your faith becomes invincible if you fix upon your consciousness the fact that the desire you feel for the possession of virtues is one with the desire of the supreme power for more complete expression. Once I saw a little boy sitting at a piano and vainly trying to bring harmony out of the keys. I saw that he was grieved and provoked by his inability to play real music. I asked him why he was so unhappy, and he answered, I can feel the music in me, but I can't make my hands do that. The music in him was the urge of the original substance, containing all the possibilities of our life. All that there is of music is seeking expression through this track. God, the one substance, is trying to live and do and enjoy things through humanity. He is saying, I want hands to build wonderful structures, to play divine harmony, and paint glorious pictures. I want feet to run my errands, eyes to see my beauty, tongues to tell mighty truths, and to sing marvelous things. All that is possible is seeking expression through human beings. God wants those who can play music to have the instruments they need, to have the means to cultivate their talents to the fullest extent. He wants those who can appreciate beauty to be able to surround themselves with beautiful things. He wants those who can discern truth to have even every opportunity to travel with earth. He wants those who can appreciate rest to be beautifully clothed, and those who can appreciate good food to be luxury fed. He wants all these things because he enjoys and appreciates them. It is God who wants to play and sing and enjoy beauty and proclaim truth and wear the clothes and eat good food. It is God that worketh in you to will and to do. The desire you feel for riches is the infinite, seeking to express himself in you as he sought to find expression in the little boy at the piano. You need not hesitate to ask largely. Your part is to focus and express the desires of God, which is a difficult point with most people. They retain something of the old idea that poverty and self-sacrifice have pleasing to God. They look upon poverty as a part of the plan, as a necessity of nature. They have the idea that God has finished his work and has made all that he can make, that the majority of humanity must stay poor because there is not enough to go around. People hold their erroneous thoughts so that they feel ashamed to ask for wealth. They try not to want more than a very modest confidence, just enough to make them very comfortable. Somebody else want to go ahead? Or should I just keep going?
I can do a little bit if you like.
Okay, sure.
I recall now the case of one student who was told that he must see in his mind a clear picture of the things he desired so that the creative thought of them might be impressed into the formless substance. He was a very poor man living in a rented house and having only what he earned from day to day. He could not grasp the fact that all wealth was his. Therefore, after thinking the matter over, he decided that he might reasonably ask for a new rug for the floor of his best room and an anthracite coal stove to heat the house during the cold weather. Following the instructions given in this book, he obtained these things in a few months. Then it dawned upon him that he had not asked enough. He went through the house in which he lived and planned all the improvements he would like to make in it. He mentally added a bay window here and a room there. He continued until it was complete in his mind as his ideal home, and then he planned its furnishing. Holding the whole picture in his mind, he began living in a certain way and moving toward what he wanted. He owns the house now and is rebuilding it according to his mental image. Now, with a still larger faith, he is proceeding to get greater things. It has been given unto him according to his faith, and it is so with you and with all of us. So the first question is, explain the difference between use value and market value, and describe how one can make a profit without robbing another. So use value and market value.
Well, the example of the difference was that painting. So it had a market value of thousands of dollars in a certain market, but it was would be of no use to an Eskimo in Baffin Bay, so it would have no value, right?
Yeah, so you would be robbing him if you.
Yes, exactly. If you sold it to him for something or even exchanged it for something.
Yeah, and he used the illustration of the gun worth only $50, which would be far more valuable to the Eskimo.
Exactly. So making a profit without robbing another. So the I guess the idea of the beginning of that chapter is that you the way to get rich is by giving more than what you're taking.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
That's so phenomenal. Yeah.
And it's just going to and I saw something I think on Facebook today. I think that it was about, just concentrate on giving and serving, actually serving, I think is what this was about today, and the money will automatically come. That's how you get rich.
Yeah, so the law of reciprocation says what you put out, you get back. So if you focus on giving rather than getting, it'll come back.
It'll come back automatically,
Yeah,
according to the law.
yeah. But that's a hard one to get your head around, isn't it? When you've been taught to go to work and work really hard to make lots of money, it's
Yeah.
kind of a get, because you've got to pay the bills and you've got to pay the mortgage. And so it takes a while to get into the giving mode
Yeah,
right across the board, everywhere.
exactly. And, and some of it is just a mindset too, really, because like when we do go to work, for most of us, we are giving in some way or adding value in some way, but we don't necessarily look at it as if we are.
So if it's not our attitude, then really we're still in getting mode, aren't we?
Yes, we are. We are. If that's what we're thinking, if we're thinking we're doing it just for the paycheck, then we are in getting mode.
Yeah. So maybe that's a little bit of what's behind the other teachings of, go the extra mile and give as much as you can, and in your job now, so that you're in the giving mode
Yeah,
while you're earning the money.
change your attitude about it, that you are there to serve, and you might as well do the best job that you can and fill your space, right?
Yes.
Be bigger than your space, and then you will be in giving mode, even if it's something that you've always done. You just didn't realize because you didn't look at it that way.
Yep.
Yeah. Interesting. Wow. This is such powerful stuff, isn't it? Like I think the Christian belief is like don't ask for things. Like just you're supposed to give and you're supposed to be humble. And I got so misled with all of that. I just thought, I shouldn't have anything because that would be selfish.
Yes, say most of us were brought up that way, right? Like even to want was a sin.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you shouldn't ask for things. And think of Mother Teresa, and all she did is give. And I said, no, I think she took to. She could have anything she wanted.
Yeah, and she did.
And she did. That's the thing. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
Don't think too large. When you look at a house, we're doing a. Paul, are you on Acting and Living as If on Facebook close group?
Sorry, I missed what you said then.
Are you on Ria's group on the Acting and Living as If?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
No. Okay. And to get a picture of a beautiful home that's something. And then you think, oh, well, who am I kidding? Yeah. You live in an apartment, and this is just kind of confirming these things. It's not even about that. I get it.
Yeah.
I really get it. Yeah. Powerful stuff.
One thing that I really about this chapter that I really love is that you come away feeling not selfish at all. That it is your duty to do this. And even if it is that you want to have nice clothes to wear, if that's what your desire is, if that's what you're interested in, that it's okay, because that's what God wants you to do, because He wants to live through you enjoying these things. And what really is, for me personally, is the travel and seeing beautiful things. And I
Yes.
always felt, when I first started this process, I thought that goal is just way too selfish. And Nicole, I think I told you that at
Yeah.
the beginning. And now when I get to this chapter and I go, well, that's why I am so keen, and why I want that so bad is because that's what I'm supposed to do. He wants me to do this.
Yeah,
And
and wouldn't you, like if you were God and you'd created this awesome earth, wouldn't you want to go and
wouldn't
physically
you
look at it?
yeah, and have people like look at it like
Yeah,
what's the point if nobody sees it? Okay?
exactly. And who are we to deny God?
Exactly. So this was just absolutely, reading this chapter was a turning point for me. It really was.
Excellent.
Yes. Yeah, and the next one gets better because it's all about gratitude. So this is so much fun, you guys. I just really am so happy and grateful for this group.
Yeah,
Able to discuss this.
it really is. And I know for a fact, if I wasn't involved in this group and the Think and Grow Rich group, that it wouldn't have, I would have lost momentum for sure. It would have
Yeah.
died in me, as much as I tried.
Yeah. Well,
This is really helping.
Yeah,
this is now you can just.
I find it so encouraging when I listen to everyone else's breakthroughs. Like Cheryl, you just saying how this chapter has helped you to see that what you want is not selfish. That really helps me as well, and I'm sure it helps everyone else on the call too. For when everyone else has a breakthrough, it's almost like having a breakthrough yourself, because you
Yeah,
see it working.
cool. Yeah, that's true. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a wonderful video. It's called 19 Minutes That Can Change Your Life. It's by Earl Nightingale. And what he talks, if you read that, that is the only thing that a man has is his mind. The rest you can find in a pig or a horse.
Yeah.
And and he said, make a list of 5 things a day, ideas that you want, and it's just amazing what keeps coming. It's like this thing. Now I understand what Bob's talking about. No wonder he's so adamant and excited, and we're trying to get us to open our heads to say, wake up, don't live in compromise. There's another life out there.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And every call that I attend, I always have moments. I always say, oh my God, I'm seeing clearer and clearer every time.
Yeah.
Even though I have not participated to all calls, I do listen to the recording, and I do read even what have been shared on Skype. And even there, Lorraine, for example, she had shared her story, and there's a bit of her story that I see myself, and other people like Christo, Nicole, providing some feedback also gave me some ah moments. It was like, oh my God, more ah moments. So it's been a very good journey, and it
Yeah.
has, and it will continue, I'm sure.
I'm not sure if it's Bob who uses this illustration or someone else that I've heard recently about a rose unfolding. And they said if you stand there and watch a rose unfold completely, you won't see one single movement. But if you try and force it, you'll kill it. But the point was that the way that we grow, spiritually and with this knowledge is like the rose, which opens up so slowly that you can't possibly sit down and take it all in one sitting. It's a process. And I really love it
Yeah.
because there's always something new to learn. There's always those aha moments that feel so good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I agree with you. That is so true. Yeah, when you look at a flower bud, I'm going through every day. I get up and I go out and I say, I just love you, rock. I just love you, tree. Oh, you're so beautiful. And, you know, I just walk around the block and just talk to the plants and say, you're just the best. Thank you for, you know, decorating our neighborhood.
That's pretty cool, hey?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Like rock, like if you went there, just think if there was nothing there. And then, you know, you come home and you think, boy, yeah, so much to be thankful for. And especially in a really good state. And then things just show up.
Mm. That old saying, love makes the world go round, didn't realise how true it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Only thing is good because it really does benefit.
Question number 2, if you have wage earners in your employ, what can you do to atone for the unfairness of the wage system?
And that was, yeah, how was that worded?
Increase their salary more and more each day. Increase something in them. You need to give to them. You need to take most cash, but then you need to give to them, and then every day you can give them more of something, inspiring or whatever.
Yeah, opportunities for advancement. So I think it was line 36.
Yeah, opportunities and advancement.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that so much, isn't it? Wow. Oh my gosh, there's so much to go around. It's just so amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, if you've got people working for you, you can't pay them more than
what you're earning.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and you know, they're there to run your business so that you can make money yourself. But by teaching them this information and by giving them training in the industry itself, you know, what better thing could you give them?
And you know what's interesting about that? Isn't that exactly what Bob did without knowing it? Oops, did I lose you guys?
No, we're here.
No.
Okay. Remember when he was doing his cleaning business and how it took off and how he said he didn't know what he had done? But I remember him, I think it was in the Think and Grow Rich live streaming event, he was talking about how he had been not really running the business and telling them how to do the business. He was teaching them. He was teaching them other things, like how to be successful themselves, more so than how to work for him. And so that's how, so that's how he succeeded unconsciously.
Yeah. It says in number 38, it says you can organize your business so that it will be filled with the principles of advancement, and each boy who wishes to do so may advance it a little bit every day.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah. And there you are putting yourself in the giving mode again.
Yeah, and because you're always thinking, because you wouldn't have a business if you didn't have these people working for you. So you can make your business do for your employees what this book is doing for you.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
It is.
Wow, that melts my heart. I just love it. Wow, powerful stuff.
Do you mind saying that again? I don't know that I think I've either bleeped out or I didn't hear you all the way. Would you mind saying that again?
Yeah, it said if you have people working for you, you must take from them more in cash value than you pay them in wages, but you can organize your business so that it will be filled with the principle of advancement. Thus, each employee who wishes to do so may advance a little every day. You can make your business do for your employees what this book is doing for you.
Right, okay.
Conduct your business so that it will be a ladder by which every willing employee may climb to riches themselves. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And it's not your fault if they don't accept the opportunity.
Yes, and you know, I with a lot of people like that. We tend to, we tend to improve ourselves because we're thinking the other person is not hearing us, but actually it's part of who they are. So you may want to succeed, you may want advancement, but some people are just content where they are.
Because they don't know anybody better. Yeah.
And for example, like I work in an office for a long, long time, over 20 years, and especially there's a lot of women that there's a lot of women that choose to work in the office because they don't want that big responsibility because they already have their main focus, their main goal is at home with their kids. And so, and of course, when you have a big role in an office, uh, you know, you have more responsibilities, and the same goes with your business. But with your business, I think you don't have, you're your own boss, so you're it's not the same pressure. It's not. I remember this manager. She had 3 kids. They were all in hockey and sports, and she was trying to manage everything. So she was bringing work home and feeling guilty that she didn't have much time with the kids, but then bring them, to the sports, and she was pretty much all over the map. So what I'm trying to say is some other women saw that and they chose not to do that, just have a job to pay their bills and come home and spend quality time with their family. So it's nice that you put down here, and even though you tell people you have a chance to advance, some people may just say, no, it's not for me. That's okay.
Yeah.
They might take it as a manipulative fact also, like, why are you so nice, because they're not used to it. So some people don't know how to receive, and that's what it is. Yeah.
Mm. And there's also so many principles here that they can apply at home as well, that could help that situation. And you also have to respect everyone's choices and not push this on anyone, because everyone has their choice and everyone has their desires. They may not be the same as ours, so let them be.
Yeah, I know. They're not the same. It's really different. It's really amazing, isn't it? Oh my goodness. If I was to tell somebody now where I'm at, I thought, I was a certified law of attraction trainer back in 2010, but I haven't learned what I've learned now. It's like amazing. What a shift.
I don't think we ever stop learning, do we?
No, but just a different mindset. It's like, oh my goodness. If I try to explain this to my friends that don't get it, like, forget it. It would take too much energy to do it. So I thought, you might as well just try and live it the way you want to and see what people do and how they react. Because it really is, it's just a different world. And I love it so much. And they will know you by your fruit of your life, how you behave and how you love people more than anything.
Yeah. Question 3. Can you cause things to be formed directly from the atmosphere by thought?
Yeah.
I think he said in the last chapter that we know we can do it through various channels, like people being inspired to do certain things and situations lining up for us for our desires to manifest. But he said we don't really think that we can just directly make it out of formless with our thoughts. But he's kind of saying that we could if we believed we could.
Mm-hmm.
And even in the Bible, it says if you have the faith of a mustard seed, you could say to a mountain, go over there and land in the ocean. But we don't believe we can, so we don't.
Yeah. In 134, it says, I recall the case of one student who was told that he must see in his mind a clear picture of the things he desired so that the creative thought of them might be impressed on the form of substance. And it was about the man that's living in a rented house. And he was, that's on 137, 138. So that's interesting.
Yeah, so interesting it doesn't really go into how things came about,
No, it doesn't, does it? It would be kind of interesting if it did, but maybe in a later chapter it will be, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, because God wants us to have everything. He said, it is God that worketh in you to will and to do. The desire you feel for riches is infinite, seeking to express itself in you as he sought to find expression in the little boy in the piano. Wow. It's awesome.
Yeah. It does talk in line 62 about how claim something as being ours. He's talking about the sewing machine. He says, it will be brought to you by the power of the supreme intelligence acting upon the mind of mankind. So that's the usual way. And that's the way that Napoleon Hill talks about too. Every normal channel will be used to bring it to you. So someone will be inspired to do something. You might be inspired to make a phone call. Things will come together and line it up so you end up having it.
And during the course of all of that, everybody will be profiting or having some advantage from the process of bringing that to you.
And doesn't that feel good to know?
Yeah, that is cool. Really cool.
That makes it easier to want, doesn't it?
Yeah, to accept, to receive, because somebody somewhere has received benefit to get that to you. So
yeah. So you're helping other people line things up for themselves by you lining your things up.
yeah, that is just amazing.
So awesome, isn't it? Wow.
So yeah, there's no reason to feel selfish whatsoever.
No,
because when you get more, then when you get more, you just share more.
Yes, and then when you give more, it makes you happy, and so that elevates your vibration. And I've learned that by experience, when you don't feel deserving, your vibration is low. So therefore, attracting the good things doesn't come that easy. But once you start, especially the last chapter, I so resonated with that one especially when they said, doing it for God. So like Rooney said, like he would be driving the Porsche because God wants to have that feeling of driving a Porsche.
Yeah.
And for me, hey, I'm no longer doing it for me. I'm doing it for God.
Yeah, exactly. And for Rooney to get that Porsche, somebody had to build that Porsche, and they benefited by building it. Somebody had to
think about what they were going to build.
Yeah, exactly. So like there's no downside to us getting what we desire, none.
No. And that point that Helena just made, that's made again in this chapter too, on line 114, where it says, it is God who wants to play and sing and enjoy beauty and proclaim truth and wear the fine clothes and eat the good foods.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
And then it says, it's God that worketh in you to will you and to do.
Yeah, from 117. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's the infinite seeking to express himself in you.
Yes. And actually, I missed the very first call of this SOR group, and I remember SGR, sorry, and I remember Rooney said that he thought that we were all gods getting together, like these calls, that we are all gods and doing our magic. And I thought that was so clever. I thought that was so, yes, that's why we connect. It's because we know there's more into life. We know that there's more than just going to work, pay your bills. There's more into life. So us getting together, it's like, okay, so how do we do this?
Yeah, we'd be encouraging each other,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know what? That is exactly what it says here in line 121. It says, your part is to focus and express the desires of God. So
There you
that's our
go.
part.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
Focus, yeah, you need not hesitate to ask largely.
Yeah.
And wow, this has just opened my eyes even more. This is a difficult point for most people. Isn't that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And I
Wow.
hear it said a lot, especially Abraham Hicks talk a lot about us in the physical form being able to focus. So, you know, we're the focusing point, we're the leading edge of creation. So we are actually the form that causes more creation. So creation is being done through us now. God always has already created everything that he's creating, and the rest of creation is being done through us. So our job is to focus, you know, and to impress our thoughts on the former.
Yeah. Like we have to get out of the way and let him do the work through us. But it's you know, God is an abundant God. Just look at nature. I mean, you look at those trees, like I said, I think last week, and all of those trees that are just bare branches all have fruit in them of some kind. Isn't that amazing? And you would even look at it now and see our opinion of what is right now looks like it's dead. But then in a month or two, and luckily winter doesn't come after winter, as Bob said, this is all manifesting.
Mm.
This is so beautiful.
So how can you cause creation? What's the process?
I saw it in here somewhere.
Yeah, it's got to be worded in here.
I've got
Yeah,
55
it
written
is.
down.
It's okay.
This word I think I
See,
saw.
in your mind, see clearly the picture of the thing you desire, so that the creative thought of them might be impressed on the formless substance.
Where is that?
It's online 137, no, 135. It's talking about the student in the rented house.
Okay.
So it says that he was told he must see in his mind a clear picture of the thing he desires. So again, it's the visioneering is so important, and I know I still don't have it. I don't, but it's going to have to just take more practice, and it'll just come, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, seeing yourself already there, like you're all like, you know what Bob said to Sammy, well, go in the house, sit down, like own it, it's yours. What are you waiting for?
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm trying to do that, but I'm not a very good pretender yet.
But you know what, actors, how do you think people win the Oscars? You know, they're all pretending, and it becomes so real to them. So that's all we have to be as all actors and actresses and say, yeah, I already have it. And just pretend you do. It's not that you're going to get it right now, but it's the frequency that it comes to you that creates it like a magnet.
Yes. And you know what I notice is that I'm becoming more, I don't know, emotional might not be the right word, but now when I see pictures of what it is that I want, like yesterday I got an email from Pinterest with more boards of what it is that I'm interested in, and I'm interested in traveling to Europe. And so I got this board that had like hundreds of pictures, beautiful pictures of Italy, the kind of pictures I've been looking for, and I was just so excited looking at them. Whereas before, you know what, before I'd go, oh, that's so beautiful, I wish I could go there, I hope I can go there someday. But now I am getting excited every time I see that stuff. So something is changing.
That's a real shift, isn't it? That's a shift in your belief.
I think so. I think I'm really starting to believe that this is going to happen. And that's why I'm so excited about it when I see it.
That's so awesome, Cheryl. That is Awesome.
Cheryl, the other thing is that when you just see yourself, you know how people that are very, very wealthy, they just live as if it's normal for them. And so if you're in your mindset that that's normal for you, once you have a thought, you've already seeded. So once you've seeded, it's already there. It just hasn't shown up in the physical yet.
Right.
But that's why we have to be so careful with our thoughts.
Yes, I know. And it's so easy to fall back into the old lack thinking,
Mm-hmm.
isn't it?
Yeah, that's where the paradigm, that's just why to get new ideas every day will shift that.
Yes.
By writing down all kinds of new ideas and then one comes after the other and you can accept it. If you do 5 ideas a day, after 7 days, it's 35 ideas.
Yeah,
That's
good
pretty
point.
good.
Good point. Good point.
It says it again in line 55 as well. If you want the sewing machine, hold the mental picture of it in the most positive certainty that it is being made or on its way to you. And I've noticed that
After one forming the thought,
I notice he uses the word hold quite a bit in this book as well. So holding the picture there, not just, having flashes of it here and there, but holding it with, some kind of purpose and stability, like for a length of time.
That might be a more important word than we've been giving credence to it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
it says after once forming the thought, have the most absolute and unquestioning faith that the sewing machine is coming. That's because the thought is the seed. You've already seeded. So, like what Wayne Dyer also said, he said everything is thought twice. It's thought first as a permeated thought, and then it has to be created. And everything that's a thought, he used an example is if you go into a room and one side of the house is empty and the other side is furniture, well, it had to become a thought to create that furniture. So when he said, hold that in, just question him, do not even question it. Never think or speak of it without feeling confident that it will arrive. Claim it is already yours. That's amazing.
There's an author that I started reading a couple years ago, and I think I've mentioned him to you guys a few times, and he just has a different way of putting things, in a really down-to-earth way, and his name is Andy Shaw. And one of the ways that he describes this concept is know that, you know that you've already got what it is that you desire. You're just you're working to bring it into everybody else's reality now.
Yeah.
And isn't that an interesting way of looking at it? Yourself, know that it's yours. Now you just got to work so that everybody else sees it too.
Now you just have to be that magnet because it's all about frequency. It's all about the vibration. Everything vibrates. So it's your frequency. And as soon as you have a doubt, you go back in. It's like the grass goes back into the ground.
I know. And I've been realizing that and trying to catch myself. That, hold it, what did I just do? I just took a step backwards.
Yeah, that's okay. We all do it. I've been there so much, my goodness. Yeah.
And it's really fun to, I've been sort of making a game of it and noticing my emotions. If I'm starting to feel, like something's stressing me or something, I need to get something done, I don't have enough time or something like that, I'll say, okay, this emotion isn't good. What can I think about to change it? And I'll start to think of other things, really positive things, and then I'll notice the emotional change and I'll give myself a mental high five. Yeah, okay, you're feeling good again, you've done it, you're back on track again. And as soon as I do that, I'll start to get an idea. Like on Monday, I was thinking, I've got so much stuff I have to do today, and I was starting to get concerned about it, and I flipped it, and I was thinking about a few different things that make me feel really good. And as soon as I got into that emotion, ideas started to flood in. I stopped and got my my notebook and my pen out, and I just started writing these ideas. And I thought, if I had have just gone along with the emotion that I was in of, oh, man, I've got so much to do,
You would have
you know,
missed it. You would have missed it.
I would have just sat in that all day. But because I decided to flip it over and get into that high vibration, then I was in tune to all the thoughts in that vibration. They just started flooding in. And it was so
So
fun.
that's
So good.
so Nicole, you're living in a certain way.
That's
you
the
live a
certain way, yeah. Yeah. So imagine if you could
That's what he's
tune yourself
talking
in.
about.
That is what he's talking about, yeah.
That's what he's talking about. You know the guy that held the picture and he ended up being in his house? You know, that's on 154 or 152. Hold the whole picture in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
So exciting. Wow. I love it. Okay.
Yeah. And once you recognize how to do it and how it feels, then you've got it. And you just need to remember to keep doing it.
Yeah, every day. I try and do something every day, and I write out 5 ideas every day, and 10 things that I'm happy and grateful for.
Okay, and what kind of 5, Gloria, what kind of 5 ideas? Like
well,
what?
If any ideas that come to you, oh yeah, I would like to contact this person. Like what came out of this on my list is that when I go to Vancouver, one of the things I wanted to do is go to the fashion store because I'm a coach, and I wanted to see if I could publish a magazine and take these women, you know, that have not really had a good image of themselves and get them dressed up at the Bay and maybe get some photo shoots of them and make a magazine of how everybody can look, you know, the transformation, which gives them self-image, which gives them confidence, which their self-esteem, which brings them out of this quicksand or whatever they're buried in, just to give them that. I mean, this just came out of nowhere. I said, where the heck is that from?
Okay.
You know, like,
yeah. Oh,
you know,
cool.
Vancouver at the Bay. You know, Vancouver at the Bay, and maybe promote, you know, maybe 1 month promote the Bay, and then the next month, I used to work at Holt Renfrew. I used to do image consulting, but I never thought of this. And so Holt Renfrew would be another one, you know, to boost the esteem of these women, you know, and because, you know, the men are still in society and came out of nowhere. So what was I doing? Cutting pictures of Vanity Fair with this woman and saying, inspire, you know, I'm inspired. I found another picture of some lady walking along the seawall modeling a beautiful outfit, and she looked so free and joyful. And then I saw this other picture of this hand with all this money, and this lady said, oh, I got checks in the mail and cash flowing into my bank account. And these things just come.
Cool. Okay. You know, and I think I've had a few ideas that I normally wouldn't have had, and actually, I had some solutions come to me this morning, and just small solutions, just to help one of my children with an issue that they're having. I thought, you know what, that really is true. That if you sleep on it and let your subconscious do the work, when you wake up in the morning, sometimes you have the answers.
Yeah.
And I did. It was just cool.
So cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you go to the video on Earl Nightingale, 19 minutes that will change your life.
19 minutes? Is that what?
Only 19 minutes. Yeah, only 19 minutes that will change your life.
Okay.
And I think it's Earl Nightingale. And just listen to that and do what he tells you to do, because that's who Bob studied from. And
Right.
now I'm getting to understand what happened to Bob. Yeah. Really great.
Cool.
That's a suggestion, if you like. Yeah.
Yeah. No, thank you. There's so much good information out there, isn't there?
Everywhere. We just have to, you know, when the student is ready to teach your peers, right?
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know what I've noticed is that there's so much information and you just want to devour it all, that you could tend to go through it too quickly. You know, like today, how we've gone through this chapter a lot deeper than you would if you were just reading through it to get to the next book. There's so many important points that we miss, and then we don't apply them because we're just too busy devouring all the information because it's so awesome that we're not really getting the point and applying it as we go along.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
And I
And
find
there's a smaller group today too, so we have more time to get into the depth of everything. But it's so great to do this masterminding, you know, talking about how we can strategize. One of the things that in this video that I like so much is our reward in life will always be an exact proportion to our contributions of service. And it says, if you're to increase your income by the amount you specified, you must find ways of increasing your contribution or service. And the key to this is found in your mind, in that gold mine between your ears.
Yeah. Because, you know, with the law of compensation, if you're not getting as much as you think you would like to get, then you mustn't be putting out enough.
Oops, sorry guys.
Well, I hope everything's okay, Cheryl.
Oh yeah, no, it's just a mess.
Okay, I hope you didn't fell in the pool or anything.
It was just a binder that fell on the floor. I leaned on it, and I just have way too much paper here. No, I'm fine.
I thought you were like a helium balloon. You were floating so high you walked on the pool in your mansion. Walking on water. You were feeling so high.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, well, you know what? This binder really needed to get organized. So now, and now I got no choice. It's telling me it's time to do this.
Sometimes that's the way it happens, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
yes.
So number 5, is it a mistake to ask for a modest competence when you can use more?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And there's a place, I think, in the book, and I don't think it's not in this chapter. What if it was a chapter that we already read or that I read previously that said, just to give me a second now, I just lost my train of thought. That you cannot ask too much, and a man is. It's not that a man was judged by how much God would give them, but by, or his success is not measured by how much God gives him, but how much he dares to take. I think, and that might be. I'm sure it's in this book. I just don't remember what chapter it's in.
So I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
There's a line in this book somewhere that says a man's success is not the amount that God gives him, not what God gives him, but rather how much he dares to take.
Yeah, he's willing to take.
He's willing to, yeah.
So is this...
well, that's the same as the employees, isn't it? It's the same as the employees. I think it goes back to there, because the employees, if they don't want to take it, you know, if the employer wants to give them more, but maybe they don't want it. It's the same kind of thing, isn't it? Not feeling worthy.
We're the same, aren't we? Because God will give us anything. It's unlimited what He will give us. But what we choose to decide where we want to take, or that we're what's the word? Deserving of, is completely up to us.
Yeah. And I can't remember what chapter. I know it's in this book. I just can't remember what chapter it's in. But it was just alluding to the fact that, you know what, just take whatever you want, or ask for whatever you want, because it's rightly yours.
Yeah.
So if, for example, if we all make a paint, and we just finished this class, we just finished this course, and we're all painting the same paint, and now it's time to sell it. one person may think, oh, if I can get $50, that would be great. Meanwhile, someone else could think, oh, if I get $1,000, that would be great. Either or is okay, as long as it's okay for you.
Mm-hmm.
Or does it mean, because if someone is not deserving, will get less, right? But someone who is self-confident, someone who is sure of themselves, love what they're doing, and feel
Feels worthy of it.
yes, then that person will feel more sure to get $1,000 from it. So if this line means that it does not matter if you ask for $50 or $1,000, it's whatever feels good to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we decide ourselves, and everyone is just as equally deserving as everyone else, but our opinion may not be the same.
Yeah.
Or our conscious thinking. 134 says, it talked about the student who's told he must see his mind a clear picture of the things he desired so that the creative thought in them might be impressed on the formless substance. And he was a poor man living in a rented house, and he could not grasp the fact that all wealth was his. Oh, I love this one. So after thinking the matter over, he decided that he might reasonably ask for a new rug for the floor of his bedroom and an anthracite coal stove and heat during the winter. Following the instructions given in this book, he obtained 3 things in a 3 months. Then he drawn up that he had not asked enough. He went to the house in which he lived and found all the improvements he would live to make it happen. He mentally added a bay window here, a room there, and he continued once to complete in his mind his ideal home. And then he planned the furnishings. When he held that whole picture in his mind, he began living in a certain way and moving towards what he wanted. He owns that house now and is rebuilding according to his mental image. Isn't that amazing?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There it is. I mean, that is okay.
And you know what?
Oh my gosh.
I read something I think it was on Facebook the other day, and I don't remember what group it was in, but somebody realized that they were making a mistake when they were envisioning their perfect mate or desiring to meet the person of their dreams. And she said she realized that she was parking in the middle of the garage and not leaving room for another
Yes.
car. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And sleeping in the middle of the bed and not leaving room for another, and the same with the closet. And I thought, you know what? That's a really interesting, because there's an example how she wasn't acting the part, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, there was some fear around that.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
so I started thinking about the same thing. I thought, well, should I move my closet around? Should I, clean
Try
up
it.
the other side of the bed? And I just kind of couldn't bring myself to do it. And I thought, well, maybe I don't really want, I want a mate, but do I really want to live with them? Maybe I don't know that yet.
Gave you a bit of clarity.
Cheryl, was that Cheryl? Cheryl, was that you saying that?
Yeah, it was me, yeah.
Okay. Someone told me that I was going to meet it's possible to meet somebody from the east to the west, from a different part of the world. And I always held this in my mind, and through my process of divorce twice, well, the second one was not really a marriage because it was annulled, but and I just gave up and I said, whatever. And all of a sudden, when I was happy and I was not looking anymore, and I just was so content and happy and grateful for my new job at an interior design place, I go to an Easter dinner and this person is sitting there. And I didn't even know it. And he's from Germany. That's why I'm in Germany now.
I was going to ask you why you were there. Ah, okay.
It's interesting, huh? So,
yeah.
And you know what I did before I met him?
What?
There's a picture, a beautiful picture that I found in a thrift store. And it was called the Mademoiselle, and it's a picture of a nice, beautiful, handsome, tall man, and he's got his arms around the back of the woman and holding her tight, and it's so gracious. And it was in black and white, and I put that above my bed.
Oh.
And I would look at it, not subconsciously, and then it didn't take long to have it show up.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, really.
Okay, so
because you're looking at, you have to put couples and feng shui into your design as, you know, 2 candles if you only have 1. And if you have 3, it's a crowd. So you put 2 of everything where you are.
Ah.
And then you're already seeding to prepare for this person to show up.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Okay, I can do that.
And you know what else I got from what you just said, Gloria, is that you were happy with what you had at the time. And I've heard so many
before.
people say, as soon as I was happy being single and I was doing my thing, that's when they showed up.
Oh, I had so much time on my hands. Free time.
Yeah.
And
I could do whatever I wanted.
And with what we learn all the time, it
nice.
says, be happy now.
Yeah.
Yeah, be happy now. And that's what he saw in me, when he saw the joy, he saw the sparkle in my eyes. And, you know, when I saw him at that friend's dinner party, I didn't even notice him. And it wasn't until 2 weeks later that I was doing a trade show for Eminent Skincare, and I was marketing, and he was working up in the Pan Pacific in the building, and he came around the corner, and that's where we connected. But it took a while to grow, because I always said, no, if it's not supposed to be, just let it go, just keep releasing it. And that's what I did.
Oh.
No needing it.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. And I know that I'm past the point of neediness and all that kind of thing. I'm happy, but I would really like to have a partner to do all this world traveling with that I'm going to be doing.
Yeah. And imagine
then you will. From your lips to God's ears. Remember that.
Okay.
And manifest a partner that you can talk to about this.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Imagine
They have
that.
to be in like mind, yes.
In your next live stream.
Yeah.
Does anybody know anybody that wants to have a partner? You know, you never know who's going to do on live stream chat. It's hilarious.
We could have a dating mastermind.
Yeah, hilarious.
A dating
Anybody want a partner to go traveling with?
Well, we could have sub dating masterminds to travel.
And you know what, Cheryl? I have the travel agency called ambassador.ca.
Oh, cool. Okay.
That's even better. Now, it's funny that you're talking about this. I love it.
Yeah.
You know, we're the Tahiti specialists. That's my vision board.
Oh.
Exotic original travel for
Yeah.
the elite. For only the elite. And those that have done the science of getting rich.
Oh, wouldn't that be so cool?
So we could have a retreat. I'm going to do a science of getting rich retreat. Yeah.
Exactly.
That'd be great.
That would be
Oh
great.
my God, see, there's another idea that just came up.
Yeah, you bet. Oh, that's just so awesome.
You know, I think that between all of us, if we really had a brainstorming mastermind with all of our different professions and skills, that we could come up with a brilliant business concept.
I think you're right. You're right.
Yeah, we could do it. Well, we should continue because this is brilliant.
Yeah, and you know what?
Imagine, oh my God. Huh? What?
Speaking of that, the very next page is talking about MSI technology.
Oh, that's interesting.
Isn't it?
Oh, I love this. See a ball popping out, it's jumping out at us. We're going to have service beyond what we'd ever want. You can see my retreat. I've got a stress retreat going on in the Caribbean in December, and I've already imagined 200 people there, but I'm not going to figure out how they're going to get there. I've already put the vision board together.
We just all have to work on it.
Oh, I love it. It's just so much fun. Yeah. Visualization is so much fun, isn't it?
It is. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I can't imagine not having this to turn to every week. I really can't.
Yeah. Well, just tell yourself you're an Oscar winner, okay? You are.
Alrighty, an Oscar winner, yeah.
Yeah.
Travels the world with my like-minded partner.
And go to the trophy store and buy an Oscar trophy. And put it on your fridge or somewhere and say, yeah, that's me, man. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, actually I should have two though, right?
Right.
Yeah, you have to have two Oscars. Yeah, that's true. Yes. And then you can go get the world globe and put it beside it in between.
Yeah.
And what is that? That's a big manifestation there.
That's what I should do too, yes, is get a globe, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a mind
ideas
movie.
Where you want to go.
Yeah. I just started working on a mind movie that's got all these pictures of where I'm going, and
oh, it's lovely.
Awesome.
Well, let me know. I want to come with you, okay?
Oh, alrighty.
Not. But I mean, as a group, a retreat, not.
Not as my partner.
You better stipulate.
I don't want to be a facilitator or a chaperone. So I won't do that, but we can have a nice retreat.
We definitely can. We should try and plan one for some time, hey?
Yeah.
And I was a raw food chef, so we could have all kinds of smoothies and stuff. I mean, we could have so much fun.
No, we could.
Just have raw this and raw that. Raw.
Yeah.
Be the cheerleader.
Then we could bring in our own massage therapists and our own dance instructors and our own language. What's that? Huh?
The Argentine tango. We could find somebody from Argentina to fly in and do
yes, yeah, salsa, tango, bachata.
Oh, everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
We can have so much fun.
Sounds awesome.
Yes. And as we bring
I've never been to Australia, but I want to go. That's on my list. Go to Australia.
Yeah.
Where are you, Nicole, in Australia?
Cairns, up the top on the east coast, but it's beautiful here in winter time. It's mid-20s.
Oh, beautiful. What's that like? It's snowing here in Munich right now.
Yeah, I couldn't.
In Germany?
Yeah, I'm in Munich, Germany, and it's snowing.
Oh, okay.
And I'm from Vancouver, and I'm still homesick. I can hardly wait to go back for a while till September.
Yeah, I can't imagine that kind of cold.
Oh, well, at least when you go inside, you get to have a retreat because there's nowhere to go out there unless you go to a mountain. So at least I get lots done because I'm not distracted going outside a lot. That's why I only go around the block because it's too freaking cold here.
Cold.
So Saskatoon is too, isn't it? Saskatoon,
yeah, it's been a very warm winter here, though, unusually warm, and it's +1 here today, and that's just absolutely unheard of in March, really. So
yeah,
but I'm sure there's going to be repercussions because of we didn't get as much snow as usual, so the water table's not going to be as high as it should be for the agriculture and all that kind of stuff, but I'll take it. That's for sure.
Yeah, you can take it.
Yeah,
you can take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll be leaving it. Maybe you'll be going to Hawaii or somewhere. Who knows where you're going?
That's right. Exactly.
Somebody's going to come on live stream and snag you.
Aren't you sweet?
I'm the coach. I'm a construction manager. Do you have any construction you want to know?
You are just too cute. I like that.
I'm always under construction. What do you want to build today?
Oh, that's too funny.
You know, there's a really good, my friend who's in LA, she's an actress, and she did a BBC series. If you guys ever want to laugh, if you go online and to YouTube and you go to selfhell.com.
Self-hell?
Yeah,
What was
selfhell.com, not self-help, self-hell, HELL.com. And it's her name is the Dalai Lila.
Oh, really? That sounds hilarious.
Dalai Lila. And how she got rid of her husband and all that. Oh, it's hilarious. She's in a wedding dress. You got to see this. This will crack you up. This will get your vibration, those happy bubbles, helium bubbles in your life. So strong when you watch this. She is. I grew up with her in Nelson, and we talked for 3 hours. She was in Hollywood, and she phoned me in a unit because she wanted to know if I wanted to help her with her conference center in BC. And I go, sure, why not? And then she just emailed me today, and she said, by the way, that phone call was $349, but I was worried her, Gloria, no problem.
Oh, my goodness.
But that's the actress. You will see her name is Deborah Wakeham.
Campbell's broth is the perfect base for any dish, like this savory beef stew. Enhance your dish with Campbell's broth. Make it all
Hello.
and now with an easy to
Hello.
trust Campbell's
God.
We All soup.
Sorry about that. That was my bad.
That was your dad?
My
Who's
bad.
that?
My bad.
Sorry.
That was your what?
It was my bad.
What? Your bed?
Yeah, which means my mistake. My bad.
Oh, your bad. That's Australian way, or is it? Bad?
Yeah, she hasn't heard that phrase. You must not have teenagers, Gloria.
No, I don't have any teenagers. My one's 47 and the other one's 45.
Okay, yeah, no, the younger people, that's kind of a phrase that came out of the younger generation. Hey, Helena?
Oh,
Yeah, they're pretty enlightening.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm missing, I guess. Oh, well.
So
One day my
sometimes,
grandchildren will tell me.
sometimes we don't either. We don't understand
And
what
it-
they're saying.
And it's okay if you don't, isn't it? You can say,
Yeah.
tell me your story.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Give them a pen and tell them to write a story and see what books they come up with. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
How they see the world.
I have to get
So
going.
do
Is everyone happy for me to leave our conversation?
Yeah, and you know what, I do too. I missed a few calls
Yeah,
already,
me too.
work calls. I just put.
I have to go to bed. It's 10:30 at night here. So
Okay.
Okay. So
I'll
is
early
everyone
tomorrow. Good night, everyone. That was lovely chatting with you, and I look forward to next Tuesday. And please send me a message on my messenger. I would love to connect with you guys. Okay?
wonderful?
And
Okay. On Facebook, you
insight
mean,
for you.
Gloria?
yeah, on Facebook.
Okay, yeah, okay. I will do. And
Is everyone
Yeah.
happy for
Bartel, B.
Is everyone happy for me to
Bartel is
leave
my last name.
Is everyone happy for me to leave the full conversation at the end on the recording?
oh, shit, I've got no problem with
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Okay.
We love it, yeah.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe,
We're a happy group.
yeah, and maybe somebody is out there that's going to listen that's looking for me, right?
Well, that's right.
Well, they
It's gonna
already
come
are.
and snag me.
You already thought about it, Cheryl, so it's already being sculptured.
It is, you know, oh, I hope he is sculptured.
Oh, it's going to be more than sculptured. Just get that vision. Woo-hoo, right. It's here. So Gloria Bartel is signing out, and
Okay.
that's called a Bartel, and that's from Vancouver. So hello and good night, all you lovely ladies. It's Happy Women's Day today, so go celebrate.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and it was.
Go buy yourself some helium balloons.
Alrighty, good night, everybody. It was so much fun. See you. Good talking.
Yeah, good night.
Thank you.
Okay. God
Bye-bye.
bless. God bless. Thanks, Nicole, too. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.